Today from ISKCON Youth Forum, I Gajendra Das welcomes you. Have you heard the story of a scholar and the boatman? In this story, there is a conversation between a scholar and the boatman while traveling on a river. And we will discuss what is the relevance of this story in our lives in the present scenario of the modern age. Who is this boatman and who is this scholar? And in the end, we will conclude with a message for you. So the story is like this. In Bengal, there are many rivers and people travel from one island to the other on a boat. So one very educated scholar from Calcutta went hometown, and during travel on a boat, he had a conversation with a boatman. He asked some questions to the boatman. Scholar asked the first question to the boatman. So, do you know stars? Do you know sky? Do you know the space? And what is astronomy? The boatman said, Sir, I never went to school and I never got to learn these things in school. Scholar said, You fool, 25% of your life is a wastage. Scholar started laughing on the boatman. Then scholar asked the second question. Okay, no problem. Then, do you know the earth? Do you know mountain, trees, rivers? Do you know geology? Boatman said, Sir, I am a poor fellow somehow maintaining my livelihood by this boat. I do not know these things. Scholar laughed upon boatman and said, You fool, your 50% of your life is a wastage. Then scholar asked the third question. Okay, do you know about Archimedes' principle, how the boat is displacing water? Do you know physics? Do you know the science, maths, chemistry, these things? The boatman said, Sir, I am a simple villager and I can't think of these difficult subject matters. Scholar said, You fool, your 75% of your life is a wastage. Then what happened? Suddenly, thunderstorm appeared and dark clouds appear overhead in the sky, and there was possibility of strong winds and rain, and boat may drown. So boatman asked the scholar, Sir, there is a possibility of drowning the boat and we may drown in the river. Sir, do you know how to swim in the river so that you can protect yourself? Then scholar fearfully said, I don't know about swimming in the river. So boatman said, Sir, now your 100% of your life is a wastage because you will drown in the river and you do not know swimming in the river. This is a very instructive story in our lives. Let us analyze who is this boatman. Boatman is a person who knows how to face the danger of death, who knows how to swim in the cycle of birth and death, and how to pass the danger of death. The boatman is a person who knows God and who loves God and who serves God throughout his life. Because Krishna, God in Bhagavad Gita said, One who remembers me wholeheartedly at the end of the life, I will protect and save him from the cycle of birth and death. So this is the boatman. Let us analyze who is the scholar. The scholars are people who are wasting their time researching on the subject matters of geology, astronomy, physics, science, Nobel laureates. These scientists, film stars, cricketers, political leaders, businessmen, engineers, doctors, lawyers, and economists, and many other such type of people who are simply researching in the fields of this world, they are this scholar because they don't know who am I and where they will go after death, why they are suffering in this world and why they are diseased, why they are getting old and why they will die. So they don't know these questions. So they are scholars because they don't have faith on God and they don't believe God and they don't love God and they don't serve God. So these people are scholars, and certainly they will drown in the cycle of birth and death, and nobody will protect them at the death. So my question to the audience is that in which category do you fall? Do you fall in the category of the boatman or the scholar? The lesson of the story is that one can be a scholar, but he must be a boatman. Everyone must be like a boatman, and he should know how to face the danger of death. He may or may not be a scholar, that is not much important. But modern civilization is focusing only on becoming a scholar, and everyone is forgetting about becoming a boatman. If you want to be victorious over death, you must read Bhagavad Gita as it is by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. If you like this story of a scholar and the boatman, you can kindly join ISKCON Youth Forum Ghaziabad Telegram group. Thank you. Hare Krishna.